Hi guys, today on your screen is Asamoah for Ebenezer, your favorite math teacher. Today I'm here to teach you fractions. But before we start, let's look at our general objectives for the day. The first objective is the learner should be able to define what a fraction is. And the learner should be able to state the parts of a fraction. And the learner is also expected to be able to state the types of fractions. And the learner is also expected to be able to define the types of fractions and give examples also. So let's start. Now when we say a fraction, fraction simply means part of a whole. So if you have one whole thing and you divide the thing into two, when you take one portion out of it, meaning you have taken one portion out of the two parts you divided the item into. Now let's look at the parts of a fraction. Now we know that fractions are always represented as A out of B, meaning something over something. Now the A as it is on your screen is the numerator and the B is the denominator as shown on the screen. So that is the part of a fraction. So fraction has two basic parts, which is the numerator and the denominator. Now proceeding to the types of fractions we have, basically you can group fractions into three. That is the proper fractions, the improper fractions, and the mixed numbers. Now when we say something is proper, meaning the thing is good. So relating it to the part of fraction, the numerator is on top and the denominator is down. So if you see that the numerator is smaller than the denominator, or in other words, the denominator is bigger or greater than the numerator, then that type of fraction is a proper fraction. So when you take a look at what you have on your screen, you can see the first example of proper fraction there. So you can see that all those in black, they are all less than those in red. So those in black are the numerators and those in red are the denominators. So when you take a look at the second example too, you see the same thing there. So those up or the numerators are less than those down, which are the denominators. So that is that on proper fraction. So you can try your hands on it and you write some examples also on your own. Good. So proceeding to improper fractions. Improper fraction has its opposite to be the proper fractions. So if proper fraction is having the numerators to be less than the denominators, then probably improper fraction is a type of fraction which has the numerator to be greater than the denominator, or in other words, the denominator is less than the numerator. That is improper fraction. So taking a look at what you have on your screen, you can see that all the three examples there, the denominators are all less than the numerators. So that is that on improper fractions. Talk about mixed numbers. We will see that, or we can say that mixed numbers are types of fraction which has an integer together with a proper fraction. So if you look at what you have on your screen, you will see that they are all having an integer together with a proper fraction. So these are examples of mixed numbers shown on your screen. So you can also base on that to write your own examples of mixed numbers. Good. So we will end our lesson for today here. But before we go, let's look at the summary of what we talked about today. The first one is fraction is a part of a whole. And we said that fractions can be represented as A out of B, where A is the numerator and B is the denominator. Then we further moved ahead to talk about the types of fractions. And we said that fractions can be basically grouped into three. That is the proper fractions, improper fractions, and the mixed numbers. And we said that proper fractions have their numerators to be less than the denominators. And we also said that improper fractions have their numerators also to be greater than the denominators. And mixed numbers have integers together with a proper fractions. Good. Thanks for your time today. We will meet another time. But in our next meeting, we will be discussing about like fractions, unlike fractions, and how to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions and improper fractions back to mixed numbers. Bye. See you next time.